We're all here. Chance to look at the past minutes. Okay,
Can we do roll call first?
I would like to call to order the October meeting of the Tree Advisory Commission. Let the record show that all commission members are in attendance. And the first order of business on the agenda is the approval of the September minutes.
We have June minutes too in here. Did we not approve them? She said. Yeah,
Well, the June minutes were never voted
June
on.
minutes were never voted on?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I make a motion that we approve the June second minutes, the minutes of the June 2nd meeting as presented.
No second. Are there any comments from the commission on that subject before we take a vote? Went right from first to second to. Is that right, Linda? Do you recall? You were educating me on meeting protocol last time. I think I was moving too quickly to
Well, that's okay.
ask for whether.
Yeah, if there's any discussion and if nobody responds, then you can say all those in favor. So, yeah.
Well, wait a minute,
So we're talking
I'm
about
looking
the
at the
June,
September,
No, we're looking at the June meeting. June.
oh, then, yeah.
June minutes were added to the agenda, included in the agenda.
If you were not present at that meeting, you don't want to vote.
Right. I don't remember if I was or not.
Well, that was the
We-
main subject was the discussion of the sycamore trees
We
on
were-
I was there for the.
Sixth Street.
We were there, so we can vote
Yeah.
on, we can vote on them, but you can't and Art can't.
No, I was at the, where they brought in the root. They were like,
No, that was.
The
month
I think
It was a month after.
Yeah.
When we decided
The
to
second- They came
pass.
back in, some owners came back in.
So did you second? Who
Art,
seconded?
Art
was
second.
second.
You
Yeah.
second,
I was-
okay.
I did. Okay, so all in favor? Aye. All opposed? None opposed. Let the record show that the June minutes have been approved.
okay, with me abstaining because I wasn't there. I think I wasn't on the commission yet.
You weren't, because there's a list of people who were there and you weren't.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I was appointed to the commission yet.
Okay, next order of business is the September minutes.
I make a motion to approve the September 8th, the minutes of the September 8th meeting as presented.
Anybody wish to second that?
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
right,
Any opposed? No, let the record show that the September minutes have been approved. As stated.
Whoop.
At this time, we'll move to item number 2 on the agenda for public comments. Since we have few people and few public.
Very common.
Kathy, would you like to have a good thing?
No, Norman,
All right.
anything at this point? Okay, we'll have a number of items for discussion at the end, where we hope to hear your wisdom and recommendations. Okay, with no public comments, we'll move to the subject of, actually, we have no old business or tabled applications to consider this month. So that takes us to new business and applications. We'll begin with the 4 new applications before the committee. This would be a good time to take out your evaluation forms if you've had an opportunity to apply them. And the first order of business is application number 2025-30. Resident at 26 West 6th Street requesting pruning of the sycamore tree in front of their house.
It really is overgrown. You know, it's a really it's a tree that's growing way into their house and then that side, so I think I'm for pruning it.
Any thoughts? Mrs. Sust? No?
I agree.
Doug?
I agree.
Okay, I agree also.
I'll make a motion that we approve the pruning request for application 2025-30.
I second the, motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Let the record show that the commission recommends pruning of the sycamore tree, 26 West Sixth Street. There are a few limbs that are growing towards the residence house and the neighbor's porch.
There's actually another smaller tree behind it that's actually growing into the house. too.
Yes, there are two trees there. You can hardly tell
The
which
small
are
one
which.
behind it's like growing into the
Yeah.
house too.
Back on the lawn.
Yeah, like tree on, there's a tree on the corner of the house right here, is growing up, some up on the roof too, it's almost, as well as the sycamore.
Okay,
It's like both
But
trees.
just the sycamore is
Yeah.
our responsibility.
I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just the sycamore.
Yeah, that's a resident tree, I guess, back on the property. Well, okay. So I'll notify them that we recommend that for approval. Next is, application number 2025-31. That's, 39 West Third Street. Happens to be a new property. And the applicant requests that a tree be planted.
Well, that block of where that new house is there are no trees there. But they're right next to the new parking lot, which has a lot of trees. But also across the street, there's no trees right there. So half the block is pretty bare.
Mhm.
I mean, it would be nice to have a tree there, but put it at the end of the list, how long is that gonna be? I don't know. We could say yes, but sort of like phantom yes at this point, because there's so many trees that need to be planted that we've already agreed to be planted, so. But to turn down the request, I don't know.
Well, we can approve it, but let them know there's gonna be a time delay or,
Yeah. Well, that's what I would suggest too.
yeah.
And where are we on? I don't wanna just say updating, but crafting a long-range plan for planting trees. I mean, I'm wondering, since the number of trees have to be planted on West Third, when does West Third come up on the list?
I'm not sure. I think we have to go to the applications that we've approved over the past 2 years, say 2024, 2025, and compile a list of trees that we've approved, addresses or locations that we've approved for planting. So I don't think there's a concrete list at this point.
I don't think there's a list, but there is a plan. You voted to plant, the 5-year plan was plant trees on the west side of the city.
Concentrating on the west side.
Yeah, there are a lot that we've agreed to for the west side too, so I think that's a good plan. But I agree with you, there has to be a list of those trees that we've already approved, so that they don't fall through the cracks, kind of.
I'm not sure that they should take precedence over the west side. I mean, as recently as Friday, there were trees. Most of the trees were planted on the east side.
Yeah, I'm not saying, be equitable. I'm saying, so at least we know where the trees we've agreed to are, even if we give precedence to the west side because of our 5-year plan. We still know the other ones at least, so we have an idea of how many we've committed ourselves to. So that's what I think we should do. I mean, I'd be willing to try to do that, to go through, the minutes of the last 2 years. We did 24 and 25. Is that enough, do you think?
I would think, I can't say, since I haven't only been on the commission this year. But I think that report that Marika has been updating recently
Yeah,
should be a help, as well as
Yeah.
the minutes from past meetings,
exactly.
which I
So,
have.
yeah, because it would be really good to know how many we've said we will plant. Because it may not be as many as we think. Just don't know. So,
I'm also my background is nonprofits, not government. And there's often a multi-year plan that says, we're not gonna get to West Third, even though we've said our priority is the west side of town, that covers a lot of streets. And so top priority makes sense, the ones we've already approved, but then what street or what blocks are our next priority? Because since we only have a limited number of trees to
Right.
plant each year.
Right.
And that's what I'm thinking, where does West Third and all the gaps fit into that? You know, is it something priority for next year or 2027?
Well, let's find out what we've approved so far, and then we sort of will have something to use as a guide of what should our priorities be, you know, based on, for instance, even how many trees are on that block, for instance, something like that.
Mhm.
If we're prioritizing the west side, at least we know which ones we've agreed to for the west side and which ones we also would like on our own, you know, to add to the beauty of the west side. So, okay, is everybody?
I'm in agreement with that.
Okay.
I think that's a good start, good measure.
Okay.
But so take to Norman's point was the 5-year plan was concentrate on the west side.
Right.
Which
Um,
this is,
The trees were planted, in the spring, there were trees planted on Fifth Street, West Fifth, along the side of the library and the library parking lot. And then there was a plan to proceed up Fifth Street on the same side as the library to number 29, 31, and 39 West Fifth.
Okay.
Which is between the library, between Shaw Alley and Foundry, actually just beyond Foundry also. So those were tentatively going to be planted this fall, but they may have been put elsewhere.
Already?
It's
Already
possible.
planted?
I have to get-
Okay, all right.
I have a question for.
Because the next application is for West Fifth Street,
Yes,
so
um,
for planting.
let me try throwing this out, I'm not making a formal motion, but, for new planting requests for new trees on the west side, would it be appropriate to approve, to, incorporate this request into our 5-year plan?
I think it would be appropriate.
Unless you look.
No, I don't think it's necessary. I mean, the 5-year plan says West Fifth, I mean, to the west side. And if we do that, don't we handicap ourselves a little, you know, handcuff ourselves a little bit? If we're incorporating them, we may come up with something else. For instance, West Sixth Street. We may find that we want to really put some trees there, you know what I mean? So we don't know that yet. So I think we're okay with the 5-year plan we have, and we just have to follow it by planting trees on the west side. That's my feeling about it.
Now, West Fourth has been fairly saturated,
Right.
your neck of the woods.
Hey, we have 2 that we've agreed to on that street that haven't been planted yet.
How many trees have been planted on that street in the past year or two? At least a dozen.
About 9 or 10.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
As Alice pointed out, on West Third, there are quite a few properties that have no street trees. Rather than put this one as a priority, would it make more sense to plant them all at about the same time, so they would be all the same variety, the same size? Like has been done on West Fourth.
Well, there are only 2 on West Third that have been approved.
With that one.
That one there, and also the one we took down last week.
Right.
Jean Marie,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, putting those 2 together, that makes sense, I guess, but they're even on either side of the parking lot. So I don't think they necessarily, and also one's in the sun most of the time and one's in the shade most of the time. But I don't know. I'm not an arborist, so I don't know. But anyway,
I would suggest that we compile the list of places that we've addressed through applications. And then look at that and
yeah, see if
an
we
overall
have,
plan.
yeah, see if we have trees on the same street that we've agreed to the plan. And maybe that is maybe we will do that based on just their location, because, not necessarily their chronological order, you know what I mean? We don't have to do that. We can do whatever we want. We're the tree commission, for God's sake.
And I think Linda's point that planting them in the same area, the same species is
In the same size, that makes sense.
common practice,
Yeah,
a good practice,
yeah.
would you say, Norm?
At least in a block, not necessarily the whole, I wouldn't do the
Right.
whole street.
Right, yeah, no, exactly,
And you talked about the fact that there were also some houses across the street from this one
that's right.
that
Well, there's,
also don't have trees.
right, half the block
But
going from Boundary down to I guess south. At that point, half the block doesn't have trees, but the rest of the rest, well, they have trees in the park between the tennis courts and the houses. And there are a couple of trees there, but when you come out of the parking lot and you make a left, you're not seeing trees for quite a while down that. But I don't know if we should, since we have so many ones we've already approved, should we now add some more? I don't know. But I seriously think we should have this discussion after we get the list.
I agree.
Okay.
I make a motion that we, put this 39 West Third Street on the list
Okay,
to be considered in the future.
did we vote on this one yet?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, well, I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
So does that mean it's tabled, or does that mean it's?
I think we
The way the-
approved,
The way the motion was stated,
adding to a
you're
list.
gonna be added to the tree list for planting.
Which is approval.
Approval,
Yeah.
okay.
I saw it as an appropriate site for a new tree,
I did too.
but
Mr. Adamson is also, or I assume that's a Mr. He's also a great gardener. You've seen his front and the back of his house. He's just, you know, he's a real, I think he would take care of that tree, is what I'm saying. I think he's done a lot with the house already and it's very new.
okay, application 2025-32. Mrs. Burns at 6 West Fifth Street requested a tree planted. That was actually done on Friday.
Oh, cool.
A tree was moved from Delaware Street. To my knowledge, I wasn't present, but, and Art has been there.
Yeah, there's a tree.
So, yeah, a tree was moved, from in front of the condominium wall between Fifth and Sixth and Seventh. A tree was moved, an existing tree was moved from there to 6
Oh.
West Fifth Street.
Great.
So I think we can, let's see. We table
Do we,
that,
do
deny
we
that?
table it? I don't know. What do we do?
You would deny it because it's already taken place.
As being not necessary.
Exactly.
Right. I make a motion that we deny application 2025-32 as a tree has already been planted and the application is not necessary.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Application 2025-33. The big one. This is, put in by Mr. Wilson at 230 East Second Street about the, along the city park, I believe it's city property on Bull Hill, on the riverside. There are 10 locust trees, black locust trees. I think Mr. Wilson's application said that the trees were pruned, trimmed away from the utility wires on the street side. So the majority of the branches are on the park and riverside. And his application says that because all the branches are growing to the riverside, it's making the trees lean in that direction. And he would like to see them pruned. I assume all 10.
Yeah, I think that's legitimate. Some of the branches are very low and, you know, it would make the trees a lot more attractive, I think. And I don't know about the leaning, if that causes leaning, but,
how would you prune them? They're one-sided trees.
Hmm?
How would you prune them? They're one-sided trees already.
we'll take the lower branches off so that they don't like touch the ground.
Well, I just went by there today and I didn't see any touching the
Yeah,
ground.
yeah, I was there this morning, I didn't see any touching the ground either.
Yeah.
No, they're low though. They're not
It's
touching the
not-
ground. They're almost touching.
They're
What
nowhere,
Tommy Wilson says.
but have you been down there?
I have been.
They're not near your head or anything like that.
No,
That would be my.
they're not
concern, hitting
interfering with the
somebody.
wires, obviously, because they trimmed them all away.
Sorry, Wilka?
My only concern, if they needed to be, if they were eye level, but it doesn't sound like they are.
Do you guys,
They are.
having the most
they are?
experience, you think they're at eye level?
Yeah. Don't you?
No,
Okay.
Walcott and Norman, is there any, logic to the idea that they're leaning towards the river because that's where the majority of limbs are?
When you look for
Probably.
signs of uprooting, correct?
Yeah, they're leaning because there's more weight on that side of the tree, but even if they fall, they're not gonna hit anything. That's
No,
open-
that's true.
There's open land under there.
That's right. That's correct.
Well,
And
or
Yeah, there's a playground.
there's a playground on those two trees, I think two of the trees.
Like basketball court, right,
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
but you'd have to just monitor, the city would have to monitor the root system to see if it starts, if it starts leaning, then you would have cause for concern, in my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, weight reduction pruning to, I mean,
at that point, you might as well remove them and plant trees further from the power lines.
I'd hate to trim all this
Yeah.
tree. I'd hate to
I'm gonna
lose
do
it,
that.
crazy.
What would the cost of removing 10 large trees be?
They're not in bad shape, but or I should say, they're not in bad condition. The shape of them is different, but,
No, the trees are healthy.
they are, yeah. Okay, I make a motion that we deny the application 2025-33 because the trees do not need pruning.
I'll second.
Yeah, if everyone said that they're not in danger of hitting somebody in the eye, I would, or in the head, I would also second that motion to deny.
There's one tree near that big green sign that says Bull Hill Park, where there's one branch hanging down, I would, about
Yeah.
my eye level.
Yeah,
Well, that's the only one I would approve to,
okay, let me amend my motion. I move that the application 2025-33 be denied except as to the tree that is closest to what is it, that Cherry Street there? No,
No,
it's
Yeah, that's,
that Cherry Street?
no, it's Chestnut.
Chestnut Street.
Would be
It's
the first of the
no,
10
it's the
trees.
second tree,
Is it the second tree?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
you could say the tree near the Bull Hill Park sign.
Okay.
It was all the second one.
Okay, let me try again. Okay, I move that the application 2025-33 be denied except for that tree that is closest to the Bull Hill sign, which should be pruned.
I second the motion. All in favor?
I,
Any opposed? Okay, let the record show that we recommend pruning of, let's say, tree 1 and 2 for the southernmost trees,
Pruning 2 trees?
2 trees.
oh, I said one
One.
tree.
You said one tree.
One, okay,
The second tree.
the second tree, second of 10 trees
Yeah.
near the park sign. Has the lowest branches.
those print, yes.
Okay, that takes care of the new applications and leads us to, on my agenda here. Discussion of 6 items. Number 1 being, see, Mrs. Reel is ready with the budget report.
Yeah, I received this from Diane Delgado. She says, well, the balance in the budget right now is $35,200.57. I currently have a quote from Brandywine Valley Services for stump grinding at Second Street and Sixth Street in the amount of $700. He won't bill us until he has completed the work, or who knows when that will be. After this, the balance will be $34,557.
Could you repeat that?
Sure.
Grinding amount, 750?
700.
700. I assume that would be Mr. Del Coglin's
Yeah,
Sycamore
Sixth
stump.
Street probably,
Sixth.
Second Street, I don't know which one would that would be. Did we?
We requested a stump from the ground on Market Street. I think it might be that one.
Okay.
Between the sheriff's office and the arsenal.
Okay, that probably is.
There's also another one on Third going down the hill. It's in a concrete tree pit. It's a small stump, but
Wh-
of course, this is.
When you
this
say
was
going down the hill, what do you mean?
The tree that you recommend, that you put in an application.
Right,
was
yes,
Cut down.
that was cut down, right.
Stumps.
But you remember, there's also a tree, the three trees by the, I wanna say, yeah, in there, but it's actually that restaurant, the Mexican restaurant now. The one in the middle was cut down, but nothing was ever done with the stump. And it was a small tree, but I still think it probably needs to get the stump taken out. And then that Third Street, yes. And I spoke to Jean Marie, who owns the house there, and she says she's fine with them taking apart that little platform that the tree was on. You know, she's gotten anything she wants out of there. So if they wanna just take that down and then grind the stump all the way down, because it looks like it would be very difficult to do that with the surround around it, you know, on the Third Street.
That's in the tree pit.
Yeah.
Where it came down.
It's in a tree pit, but it's built up a little bit.
It's
Yeah,
just a matter of grinding
Yeah,
it
yeah.
and cleaning it out.
yeah,
Okay, but this 700 is for Sixth Street?
Sixth
Um,
Street and Second Street.
So we're assuming that's market along the cobblestones.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know of any other stump on Second
I don't
Street.
either.
But the other stumps are another issue.
Right,
I think this cost is so high because that stump at Delgado's is pretty gigantic.
it is. I totally agree with that.
Okay, but that doesn't require a vote. That was just information. Anything further on the budget?
No.
Okay. Any other questions, comments on budget discussion? Okay. Number 2, extended watering plan. We have that on the agenda every month. I know that it's been discussed that we should look for alternatives to Public Works. I talked to Rick today when I picked up some new water bags, tree bags, and he said they can't add any more trees, but I'm wondering if some trees are coming off of that list of 75 or 80 trees he waters, if they would be coming off this year. Presumably, if they get watered for 3 years by Public Works, then presumably some of them would come off the list this November.
Do we have
I'm not sure.
an inventory of trees that have been planted for the last 3 years from the dates they were planted?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not sure that it's been updated since.
Not with the ones on Friday.
Not since spring, not considering spring and fall.
Oh,
I don't think it's been updated. It'll take me a while to dig it out. I'll check into that. Plus 3-year trees coming on. So a lot of times, people are watering the trees like yourself and your neighbor across the street. A lot of residents are watering the trees themselves. And not every tree that's been planted this year needs to be on the list. But that list needs to be updated. I'll talk to Ron about that. Take list for watering. And then we talked about looking for alternative funding for watering. Something we could discuss this winter in anticipation of the spring, because the watering would stop next month for the winter. My understanding. Any other comments on watering plan? Thoughts, comments? Okay, number 3, flush cutting. This was addressed last month at the end of the meeting. Ron brought some information to light and some photographs and recommendations.
he wanted those trees taken down. Do we want to do that?
see. Trying to find his notes. I haven't here prepared.
These are all on
Today.
Delaware Street, right?
Yeah. Okay. So last month at the end of the meeting, Ron gave us a handout that said what happened on the street. And,
I think that's from you, isn't it? Or-
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
oh, I'm sorry.
maybe part of it. I'm not sure what you have there, but I did write,
I think that's your memo.
okay.
I think this was from Ron.
Oh, was it?
Walcott did talk about,
I sent Ron an email, he may have printed it out and.
He did.
You did.
and it referenced, the fact that Public Works needed some training.
Yeah, yeah, right.
And I think that's a good recommendation. And I think it's part of this discussion. But basically what happened was, somebody, we're assuming Public Works pruned trees, within 40 and 20 feet of stop signs
And 60.
and 60
according to-
in one
according to-
case.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that 6 or 7 trees were flush cut, on the street side. And, Ron's recommendation was to remove 6 of those trees. 2, Perodia at 4th and Delaware, 2 spring flurries at 5th and Delaware, and a city sprite at 2nd and Delaware. This one
That's the
is,
second one, yeah.
that's this one.
Second Street, yeah.
And, yeah, besides being flush cut, they showed signs of, chainsaw
Yeah, markings. yeah.
markings on the trees. So they're pretty roughed up, needless to say.
What do you think, Norm? Should we take this down?
I'm gonna reserve comment on that until I hear everybody's reaction.
It's like a murder. It's at least an assault. I think somebody needs to,
Does anybody need more information that,
I-
I think we're aware of what happened, right?
Right.
what can we do with Public Works to get them to not do that again? We need to talk to Rick Delgado, or who should we talk to? Anybody know? Was it Rick Delgado he's the head of.
He's the director of Public Works, yes.
Yeah, I think we should at least let him know. Did you send that to Rick Delgado? Is that who the?
No, I sent it to Ron.
Oh, okay.
I haven't
Okay,
spoken to anybody in the city. I know we recommended it in the past and we gave out some pamphlets about proper pruning techniques and stuff.
To the Public Works. staff.
Who was it before?
Furia.
Yeah, Mr. Furio, and he passed them out to the guys. So.
Do we want to recommend that something additional be done? Kind of like your suggestion that, we could present to city administrator, to Antonina that, you know.
you're probably right. We
some-
probably should go through Antonina rather than go directly to Rick, I guess.
I doubt they
That's
would
some training.
approve, I doubt they would approve an arborist position for,
Oh, I don't think so either.
but
Yeah.
at least set aside some money to get somebody, probably their head guy, their head guy who does most of the pruning, to get him a little more,
Professional training.
yeah, professional training and see if, can take a few days off a year and go to some seminars or whatnot.
Right.
It'd make all the difference.
Yeah, it could.
And I think it's critical with, 250 trees have been planted in the past 5 years.
Right.
It
It is critical. You're absolutely right about that. Especially if we want Public Works doing the pruning, which of course we do because we don't have the money to bring somebody in every time
Right.
the tree needs pruning. So,
would somebody on the commission be willing to, write something to city administrator, to Antonina? Kind of outlining, what happened and, our recommendation that Public Works employee or employees get some formal training. Some professional, training in
Proper
tree maintenance.
pruning. I mean, yeah.
Can I just back up a little bit on this and think a little more broadly as a member of the tree commission? we're assuming that Public Works did this. I think there's a good chance, but we don't know that for sure. And so, I don't know if it's right. I think it's still a good suggestion, because like, we know they do some pruning, but we don't know for absolutely sure that they did this pruning. What I'm thinking is, I know that, when city council meets, a routine part of every agenda is a report from the city administrator on things they need to know about. And here, when we take actions or don't, from my perspective, it seems to vanish into a black hole where I don't hear what the city is doing or not doing with their recommendations and what they're doing with street trees beyond us. I mean, I know on my block, trees have been taken down that were not on the commission agenda, the tree commission agenda. But if we had as a regular standing order of business, I hate to give her more work, but something that just, you know, a bulleted list of what's been done since the last meeting, I would find it really helpful, and that's where we could find out, did they do this? You know, why was it done? We're kind of operating on hearsay here.
Right. It's true.
I don't know that there's anybody else who would have done it. I don't know if there's any, since it was done more than one location, you know, or
Right.
just one location, I would say maybe it was the person whose house that was or something, but,
And I agree with you, I
Yeah.
guess, but
Well,
that's one thing with saying we're 99% sure and you know, having it.
how about, I'll be happy to write the memo if you want me to. But we asked that, what was the original thing?
Well, are they aware of this?
Oh, yeah, the training of arborists, yeah. And, also, could they let us know the results of our recommendations each month? So we know what to cross off and what has not been done yet. How about that?
And also, what I'm thinking is any street tree work that's been done beyond what's been on the TAC agenda.
Okay. Including those that we did not consider.
Right.
Yeah, because the only reason I know trees are taken down is I drive by and I see that they're gone. It would be nice. And maybe it's not more work for Antonina, maybe it's just more work for Rick. But if he sends somebody out and, you know, they take down a tree, how difficult is it to say done?
Or if they're pruning a tree, I guess the city doesn't have to, they don't come to they don't put an application when someone say, hey, that's blocking a stop sign and it's something that the city, they
Yeah.
just go and do it, they don't run it through
No,
committee.
no,
So
but
maybe
you
they
know
can
what?
send that a
Yeah.
list to the committee and let us know. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
something they do, but
When they took the tree down, or they started to take the tree down on West Third, you know, Jean Marie Kamlick's house there, they also cut off half of her tree, not half of it, but at least a large branch that was hitting the garbage truck every time it went by. And
okay.
the tree was in her backyard, but they trimmed that anyway. So they do things like that.
Oh, down the driveway?
Yeah,
I see.
yeah.
Did they leave a big stub like cut
No,
off halfway?
no, it was in her yard and there's still branches there, but they're higher branches and they
Yeah.
just took that one off. And I thought that was pretty presumptuous, but you know, I guess you wanna do that if it's hitting a truck every week, but anyway.
Okay, I have a question about this. I think the idea is great. It's a good idea, but is it gonna include this question?
Yeah,
Okay. So just in general.
yes, we'll say this happened and it brought up the question. And, you know, these trees were relatively butchered, let's be real. And we really think that it would be good if somebody from Public Works had more training about the way to cut a tree that is the least damaging to that tree, okay? That would be like the beginning of the memo. And then the discussion also proceeded to, you know, how do we know that something has been taken care of when we recommend it? Okay, I'll send it to you, Ed, so you can take a look at it and tell me what you think.
Yeah, because
Just
there's
be
a
sure.
complete science on how to prune a tree. And
Yeah.
if you don't do it right, it could seriously
Yeah.
damage, I mean,
Okay,
flush cutting being one and
then the question remains, do we take down those trees?
Send it to Linda too, please.
Okay, I'll send it
I
to
know,
you.
Russell.
Huh? I'll send it to
So-
you. I just didn't, no, we can't.
So the question of
I
the,
can't do that
you're gonna address the flush cutting,
because there'll be three of us.
Right.
flush cutting, who did it, why? How do we avoid Public Works going around us?
Oh, is that
Well,
what we want to say? I don't know that.
That's part of.
We just want to know.
Not around us, but taking down trees without our knowledge.
That's true. That's what they did here, didn't they? Oh, they didn't take it down, but.
Well, in some
pruned the
cases,
tree.
they have in some cases.
Yeah, yes, I know. They did in front of my house. They took down my tree and I didn't know anything about it. And
And the suggestion that they get some professional training,
yes,
I guess that's.
and
a
that,
flaw.
and that they notify us monthly which of our recommendations have been followed through on. So for instance, if we said take a tree down or we approve the removal of the tree has been removed or not? Or
Yeah,
the tree
typically-
has been pruned or not?
Yeah, we should be notified rather
Yeah.
than having to drive around and observe it.
Exactly.
I know
Yeah.
they taken down the tree on Fifth Street that we recommended last month. So, and some, things are getting done.
If they trained at least one person and they had the knowledge, then they could train
Exactly.
their coworkers,
Yeah.
and that gets them on the job training. So you'd only have to really train one person, and then,
Right.
and I would say whoever is up in the bucket or whoever's doing most of the pruning would be the most
Right.
deserving person to get the training. And then, it would rub off on the
In
other
my,
guys. He would tell them, no,
Yeah.
don't do it,
in my mind, they sent out their youngest guy with a
Yeah, the-
chainsaw. That's, in my mind, that's what happened.
But,
I just made it up.
Municipal services also trims a lot of the trees.
I guess when they involve the wires.
Right, so
That's true.
how far does it go? But I think you start with this,
Public Works.
yeah, I do most of it.
Anyway. What do you think, Norm? Do we take down the trees or not?
What trees?
The ones that are butchered?
I guess that what they prune, I'm assuming they prune them for car doors to open up.
No, for the stop signs to be
The
visible.
stop.
Well,
the
but
stop
do we
signs
know
to be
that?
visible.
Yeah.
Yes, we know that.
They,
It's obvious.
They only did them when there's a stop sign.
And only on one side of the tree.
Right,
Two
yeah.
trees were flush cut 20 feet from the signs, two others 40 feet from the signs, and 2 trees were partially sheared 60 feet from the signs. So they all involve stop signs, near stop signs.
So what do you think?
Can they recover? Can they compartmentalize? Can they be pruned to look?
I mean, it's gonna take a lot of years for them to look normal. I'm guessing like 10. Those trees have gotta grow, so you limb up the other side to
Right.
even it out.
Right. You can't do that, you can't do it now. So,
There are
Well,
6 of them that have like
the
that?
ones on the hammer anchors between 6th and 5th. No, and they're the ones gonna take the longest, cause they're not big trees,
Right.
even when they're mature.
oh, I didn't know they did it all the way down.
That's where they did at least 3 of them, or if not 4.
Across from the post office.
Yeah,
Uh,
and then the Perodia were really butchered.
Up around Fourth.
Yeah, I mean, they're one-sided and they're gonna look ugly.
But if we take them out, how soon can we get new trees in? And would it be better,
Well, that's a whole nother subject, because right now you don't have any trees on order for the spring.
right?
You have trees available. They're now at the George Reed House to plant.
And we've got 16 trees there that have been moved from Penn Farm to the community garden next to
But
the.
not all of them are
They're not all gonna make it.
right. So you might have like 12, but my recommendation last meeting was use those 12 for the ones you've already committed to. The list that Alice is gonna
For spring
pull up,
planting.
yeah.
Do we have another month to do that? To put this together, or do I need to get it to somebody before then? I mean, to get those trees in the ground. Do I have till next meeting to get the list together, or do I need to do it more quickly?
No, that would be planting for the spring,
Oh, okay,
because you don't have any trees on order coming in from anywhere.
okay. Well,
next
that's what we need to
spring.
do though, right? We need to, this would be for next fall then, anything we ordered
Now,
now?
this would be spring,
It would be spring.
Oh,
but maybe we want to concentrate on the trees that are from the farm that we already paid for. Instead of ordering a dozen more trees. Just a thought.
Well, you have to figure out. You know, let's say you have two trees to go on Third Street. Well, what are you gonna put over on Third Street? It may not be a tree you have at the farm or at the Reed House.
Being on Delaware Street,
No.
these
No.
replacements.
So he's talking about the
Two on
two
West
trees on
Third.
Third Street.
I'm not talking,
We agreed to replace the one in Jean Marie?
Alice is making that list up of trees you've already approved.
Right, but we've had a lot prior to this. I mean, I don't know what, they shouldn't jump to the top of the list necessarily.
No, we're not talking about that, but the 12 good trees should, whoever is the oldest on that list she comes up with, those trees should go to that, so you can knock that list down.
If
But
they're,
then,
if they're west side,
Right,
well,
they're,
the list is
it's both.
both, since as long as I've been here, they've been approved, but not necessarily planted.
well, again, I think we need to take a look at the list so we have some frame of reference about how
Right.
many are on the west side, how many on the east side. So we know if we have 12 trees and we have 12 commitments on the west side, you know, but if we don't, if we have some, we have 10 commitments on the west side, we have 2 trees, we can plant on the east side. It's just, we just don't know yet, you know?
Right.
So I think we should have that in front of us, which I'm happy to do. And I'm happy to write this memo too.
But that takes it back to these city trees, these flush cut trees. Whether we're gonna, wait them out or yank them out. And if we're gonna yank them out, who's gonna do that?
Well, what's your opinion on those trees?
Well, I know Ron wants about, and I respect his opinion, because I believe he kind of spearheaded the planning of it. Norm, do you know his sentiment? He wants them out, right?
Yes, he does.
He does.
So. Yeah. He thinks they're too far gone, and. You know,
He actually, before he left, he said, please take down those trees. I
Yeah,
mean, seriously, he
I
was,
I think he's been so crucial in planting the trees around here. I would respect that opinion. I'm sure. So I just,
Well, part of his thought process of that is some of those trees came from the property owners. They bought them. And some came out of the state grants.
Right.
And so when the state people come, which they already have, and see them,
oh.
they're not happy.
oh, maybe they should see him and see. See.
We're black marking our tree city.
Yeah, well,
Well, the Amalankers, they were paid by that property owner. Bought
The for what?
Amalankers on across from the post office.
Oh, the guy who owns the,
Yeah, and he's not happy.
I'll bet.
so,
I wonder if he wants us to them take him down.
well, I'm sure he wants them down and replaced as soon as
Right.
possible.
Sure.
That's the biggest issue, is how soon can they be replaced, and
We could still get an order in for spring, you think, Norm? If we put in an order to replace these particular trees,
There is a chance you can get trees in the spring. It depends upon the availability from the nursery.
It's a great idea. So let's order trees to replace those, and when we get them, then we'll take these trees out and put the new ones in. That's a great idea.
Who's the weed that's gonna take them out?
Huh?
who's the we that's gonna take them out?
Me, I'm just gonna grab.
That'd be the same people. Well, that'd be.
They're young,
Right.
right? I mean, they're really young, so they're not gonna be, they can,
Rodeo isn't really young,
oh, no?
you're not just gonna yank them out.
Oh, I know. But can't the public works do that since they're so good at destroying stuff?
I would anticipate, Rick saying that they don't have the labor.
Wow.
Well,
I'm putting that in the minutes.
I'm not real good on removal, I'll defer to you.
Wow.
It's more complicated than just digging a hole, right?
Yes.
I mean, you gotta take.
You'd have to get like a backhoe and put a chain around them.
Right,
Oh, you can do it that way? You can pull them,
I would think
pull them
that.
out instead of cut them down and then grind them?
Well, I wouldn't grind, I think that.
Well, then you got-
yeah, you can't replace in that spot.
Right.
I think the root ball is, you think the roots have established enough yet? I mean,
I would think they've gone out of the tree pit, yes.
oh, really? Okay,
But
well,
particularly those Parodian.
yeah.
Now, the Amalankers, maybe not. I don't think they're gonna be, I think a backhoe can rip them out.
They're all similar age, right, Norman? All 7 trees are been in a couple years.
It's been in a couple of years. I mean, I've lost track of,
Yeah.
you know, spring or fall or what year we planted those trees.
Here they are.
Right. They look
That's the
relatively,
Himalayan, if you.
small. Califer, is that what you said? The circumference?
A question about replacing them with the same trees, since supposedly the reason they were flush cut was because they were blocking the stop sign. Does it make sense to replace them with the same variety, or should it be a higher growing variety that won't need this kind of trimming in a few years?
Well,
Good point.
so the new planting trees are pruned, they're limbed up gradually. So like those Amalankers will probably be pruned this winter and start to be limbed up. But it would look really silly to have a whole block where both sides of the street are planted with Amalankers and stick something else in there.
What would you suggest?
I think you put Amalankers back in there.
You don't put them in.
I
You
think
do.
you put them back in,
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. It would look crazy if you did not put them.
yes.
Yeah,
And then the question is, can they go back in the same spot or are they too close to the stop sign? Which is maybe why they got
Well,
cut to
I
begin with.
think the city code says 20 feet from the stop sign. And they're all 20 feet or more from the stop sign. So,
so they shouldn't have been flush cut.
you know, they shouldn't have,
Yeah, and flush cut is not,
That's the least
That-
appropriate.
yeah, it's the least
Form.
appropriate pruning, technique that you could do, call it a technique. I mean, like you said, there's a way, they do it gradually and it could have been done, but it would have been. There was a better way to do it, I guess. So. I guess if we replace them, we gotta make sure the city knows
Yeah.
that there's a
Yeah,
process to,
can't happen again, right?
yeah, right.
Just want to remind everybody that any action, any motion we take is only a recommendation to the city administrator.
Correct.
Ed, I have a motion, if you. Be willing to entertain it. I move that the flush cut trees on Delaware Street be removed and replaced with like trees to be ordered for spring 2026 planting, or if not available, for fall 2026 planting.
Does that say we keep the trees in until such time?
Yeah, I think you're missing that.
I say it move that the flush cut trees on Delaware Street be removed and replaced with like trees to be ordered for 2026 planting, or if not available, for fall 2026 planting.
That sounds like they could be removed now and then.
yeah, I'd be more
replaced.
specific.
Okay.
Can we say,
Two amendments.
Yeah,
The, the trees
be
not
removed
be,
when
not,
the other trees are available?
yeah,
Replacement
not,
trees?
trees to be removed, not until the trees
Right.
are
Something like
available.
that, yeah.
Okay. Then A motion to have two sentences?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, next question, can we plant a new tree in the tree pit of the removed tree?
Generally, yes, if you don't grind it, you don't grind the roots, right? Is that correct?
I'm looking, oh, good.
Can it be, well, I think you would want it in the same spot, so
Right, but is that possible?
I think, I mean, it depends on,
Most likely.
yeah,
Okay,
and to be clear. I mean, we would wanna put it in the same spot, right, or, you know,
The tree pits are existing.
they're over 20 feet away from a stop sign, so that makes.
And they're spaced evenly,
They're spaced evenly.
particularly the amyl anchors.
If I could get clarification, is the motion to state that the trees are not to be removed until such time as a replacement tree is available?
that's better than what I wrote.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Next agenda item is, fall 2025 new tree planting schedule and location. When I added this to the agenda, or asked it to be added to the agenda, I wasn't aware of the, schedule had already been established for planting for fall. And, let's see. I can tell you what was done on Friday, October 3rd. 13 trees were planted on Delaware Street. I'm sorry, let me correct that. 9 trees were planted on Delaware Street between 6th and 7th. 9 city sprites, Zelkovas, were planted on Delaware Street along the wall. Well, actually between 6th and 7th. From the intersection of 6th and Delaware down to the Armory. 9 trees were planted. One was planted at 128 East Second Street, a city sprite. So that makes, there were 10 Zelkovas. 2 Metro Golds were planted on East Second Street, side by side at 131 and 129. And Metro Gold was planted on East Third Street at 114, I believe. And then the Spring Flurry was transplanted from Delaware Street to Mrs. Burns on the West 5th Street. So there were 13 new trees planted, to my knowledge, and 1 moved. And I'm not sure if there were more. There was talk of a couple of trees to be planted on Market Street near the green. I don't know if they're,
On Second Street there, behind the courthouse.
that's actually Market Street, that's the cobblestone street.
So
But anyway,
they're,
did
they're,
they come?
we're waiting for approval from the state because rather than planting between the walk and the curb, we wanted to put them on the other side of the walk. So there's 2 of those at the Reed House waiting for those locations.
Is that it as far as you know?
Where is that, on the green that you're putting?
Where the ash came down?
Yeah, by the arsenal?
Yeah,
Okay,
So rather than outside the sidewalk, we want to go on the green.
on the
Yeah.
green, oh, okay.
like 6 feet, 8 feet in.
Oh, that makes sense.
So there was a red point planted at the foot of Harmony that you had approved. The guy paid for it.
A red bud?
No, Red Point Maple.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that went in
Oh, was that the one that he cleared that area?
on the Strand, yeah.
What trees are you putting on, sorry, Market, or on the green?
Elms.
Oh, elms, oh,
Mhm.
great.
And I guess that's it, right? For fall.
So you did Whitehead's and you did Whitehead's neighbor and you did a tree across the street. 3, 4.
Oh, Mr. Whitehead, right. Did he paid for it, right? Did he?
Yeah.
Did he pick out a tree and pay for it already? Mr. White, did you just say Mr. Whitehead?
No,
I don't know if he's paid for it.
he didn't pick it out or pay for it.
Oh, okay.
So I was
And
told,
then there's another one on, across on Linda Street.
Third Street?
He's third.
oh, that's right, one on East Third, yeah, 114 East Third.
So there's gonna be 15 trees were planted and 2 are waiting.
I've got 14 planted and 2 waiting. But, okay, I was told we're gonna be billed for 13 trees. And that a donor was, or owner were taking care of the 2 elm trees on the green and the maple tree, the Red Point maple at Harmony in the Strand.
Are the
Right,
elms the ones that are waiting?
Yes,
yeah. And then Whitehead's supposed to pay for his tree.
I'm not sure how we go
Is that
about
on
collecting
Second
that.
Street?
Yeah, that would be second, 131 and anyway,
Can we bill him?
He said
Can we
he'd
send
pay
him?
for it, or did he say he'd
He
water
said
it?
he'd pay for it at the meeting he was
I
at.
thought he did, or did he say he'd water it, I can't remember.
No, he said he paid for it.
Oh, he did say.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put water bag there, tried to put a water bag on it today. He said, no, don't do that. He said he'll take care of water.
The character.
So we're gonna be billed about $5,000 for 13, 14 trees.
Is it a specific price for that particular tree?
They're all generally $350 a piece.
So we should bill him $350? Yes.
Perhaps.
And then you have a bill for the actual work of planting.
Oh, right, so what would that be, like
I
500?
don't know, it was turned in Friday.
Oh.
The city has it.
Okay,
I thought it was $350 planted. Tree and planting. But I could be wrong. Okay, so that takes care of the planting for fall. It's done. Right, except for the 2 trees that are on state, waiting for state. Penn tree inventory. I mentioned that the trees were moved from Penn Farm. There are, to my knowledge, 16 trees in the community garden. There are 5 cherry, 5 maple, Mesa Glows, 2 red buds, 2 Nissa.
Well,
It's called-
yeah, but the one red bud was one that was, it's like given for Arbor Day. It's tiny. It's not a street tree.
But generally speaking, there are 16 trees that may or may not survive the winter.
you're saying 12, gonna make it?
So maybe 12.
Guessing, yes.
But that's where they are, and you can stop and see them and pet them and talk to them.
Well, I'll
Yeah, do
go,
that.
I'll visit.
Going off the Strand, there's a gate.
Right.
Go
I
that-
know,
that
well,
driveway.
that used to be where I would let my dog run, but now I can't because of the community garden.
I know fertilizer can't hurt.
Apparently I can, there's a big sign on the door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can go in there after October 31st. Anyway,
My Mr. Gardner class today talked about that exact thing.
oh, what'd they say?
Dog feces can carry pathogens.
Yeah.
And especially
wouldn't-
when you have a vegetable garden. you
Yeah,
don't
I
want
wouldn't want to have a vegetable that with a dog at poop nearby. I agree with that. Anyway,
And they can't even be composted.
oh,
The
too bad.
composting process will not kill the pathogen. Actually, I'm an expert here.
So with the new trees that we're gonna order to replace, the ones that are coming out, and then the trees that are at the community garden, that should hopefully fulfill our spring planting.
That'd be like 18 trees and 12 of them survive, right? Because 6 to be replaced. Is it only 6 to be replaced or is it more?
The recommendation was 6.
Okay,
But the 12 are already paid for.
right.
And we need to get them out of there. We need to get them.
Yes, they can't stay in those
We
containers
gotta get them
anymore.
out of the ground. So let's just, concentrate on ordering the replacements.
Okay,
New tree pruning and maintenance. Norman, maybe you could speak to that. And I think you already have a plan that, limbing up the trees after a certain number of years. And you, sounds like you,
I go through once a year for all the newly planted trees. Well, however many years it's been. I just walk the city and prune them.
That way it's done professionally and systematically.
Right. When would we need to order trees for fall 2026 planting?
Your July meeting,
Okay.
but that order is combined. You order for fall and for spring.
Okay,
That would be spring 26, fall 26,
no, spring,
27.
yeah.
27. That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
just figure your year ends at 4th of July.
Like a fashion show. They're always, in the summer, they're always showing the winter, you know.
Are there any other questions, comments
No.
from the public or commission? Get the public. Any other comments?
But, those trees sitting at the George Reed place, I've never been there. Can it be used to replace the ones that were flush cut? Since they gotta be, used. as-
You don't have the same species.
Oh, oh.
Okay, I make a motion that we adjourn this October meeting.
second.
All in favor?
Hi.
Meeting adjourned. How about that? 1 hour and 5 minutes.
Best part of it is